Hello, everyone. I'm so excited that we made it all to 2022. I'm excited to be on another podcast episode of Scoliosis Dialogues. My name is Jaysson Brooks from the SRS Hospital in Dallas, Texas.
I'm Ryan Fitzgerald from Children's Orthopedic and Scoliosis Surgery Associates in St. Petersburg, Florida, affiliate hospital with Johns Hopkins at All Children's Hospital.
I'm Jeff Mullin, an adult spine surgeon at the University of Buffalo.
And we are really excited about today's episode because we really get to talk about what's going to be going on in the year 2022 with the Scoliosis Research Society. Really, more than a year ago, this podcast type of idea was really just an idea. And since then, it's really grown and we're excited to be part of it. Jeff, we did a whole lot of podcast episodes, especially when this committee was just a task force. I'm curious, what were some of your favorite episodes from 2021?
I think the ones that stick out to me the most were the ones celebrating the members who had won awards at sort of the various meetings, whether it be HIBS awards or other sort of members who not only got to join us and talk about what they had achieved and so on, but just a little bit more about themselves and a more informal discussion. The two that stick out to me the most was one I had a one-on-one conversation with Sig Bourbon from UCSF, and he's a fascinating conversation and went up various things about his training over the past several decades to his current research and what he thinks the future is going to be. And the other one I really enjoyed was actually more of a dialogue we had with Justin Smith and Isidore Lieberman, who were two HIBS Award winners, and sort of the three of us with the Charlotte Fisher sort of actually had a dialogue. That's our initial vision of this podcast, was to just basically have, the deformity surgeons talking to each other about our field and ourselves. And I think that's, for me, was when I felt like we were achieving our goals.
Ryan, how about you, man? Which one of your podcast episodes from 2021 are your favorite?
Yeah, I think the award-winning episodes are always a great time. You speak with the thought leaders in the field. I know you did one on the IMAST award winners with Dr. Newton. That one was fantastic. I really enjoyed talking to Pat Cahill about his HIBS award-winning paper as well. Outside of that, though, I think some of the things that we did that were fun and interesting was talking to people outside of the society that are really kind of also at the center of what we do. So we did a couple of episodes where we had to be more patient focused, and, being able to talk with Pratik Shukla, who is a patient that's kind of worked in depth with members of the SRS. And then also talking with Marcus John, who works with the Back to Healing that was formerly the Straightforward Foundation. It's fun to see the other things that are going on just outside of the meetings as well. And I think that was something that we did well last year, and looking forward to hopefully bringing more of that in the upcoming year. What about you, Jaysson? What was your favorite?
You know what? I really loved getting to know the different SRS members that we interviewed, particularly for Hispanic Heritage Month. I'd always kind of heard of Teresa Boss, but I never actually gotten to talk to her and learn about her life. And gosh, for both her and her sister to be spine deformity surgeons, it was just so interesting hearing her story. And the awesome part about the SRS is that now that I kind of know this through our podcast efforts, I really have a kind of more fuel to sit down with her and get to know her even more at our meetings. And so I kind of really enjoyed that, both her and Dr. Roberto and some of the others that we've talked to. So just really, really cool ways to kind of get into folks' world that I really enjoyed.
So that was a great kind of recap of some of the things we did last year. I think that, as this podcast continues to develop, though, we're going to find some new exciting content. And certainly in the year 2022, we'll be doing that under Dr. Brooks's guidance. But one of the things we try to really highlight are the meetings coming up in 2022. So Jaysson, can you kind of review some of those for us and when they'll be, and when we can look forward to seeing podcast episodes about them?
Hey, before he does that, kind of interrupt for a second, I want to give Jaysson some credit here. Ryan hinted at it, that Jayson's leading helm now. So we've progressed, reflecting back on 2021. We were as a task force, and through Jayson's leadership, now we're our own committee. with Jason Brooks as our lead. So congratulations to that, Jason.
Thanks, man. I will definitely slip you a 20 for that shout out there. But we definitely have to also give acknowledgement to Ron Harari, who led the task force when it was a task force, and kind of pass it on to me. With his leadership, I think this committee wouldn't be where it is now. But I do appreciate that, Jeff, and I'm really excited to be in this role.
If we're giving thanks now, we might as well go ahead and give thanks to Sean Story as well. None of these episodes would be put together, edited, and brought to our listeners if it wasn't for him and his efforts. And really, the team at SRS has been really instrumental in making this a success for us.
Absolutely. This has been a fairly painless process because of the SRS team. And so we hope that they will stay here forever so we can continue to do this more easily. So in the year 2022, we have some really great meetings coming up in amazing locations. Between April 6th and 9th, there's going to be another IMAS meeting, actually the 29th annual IMAS meeting. And that's going to be in Miami, Florida. Just a great location. And also, this is just a great meeting to really learn about the newest techniques that people are applying to correct a lot of the curved spines that are out there all across the world. And I'm really excited about the SRS location, but I'll let Dr. Mullin do the big reveal on that one.
Yeah, so for sure. So we were having initial talks going to Australia, but unfortunately because of COVID, plans change. But we were able to pivot away, and I think we have an exciting opportunity to go into Stockholm, Sweden, September 14th to 17th. So I've never been there, and it's going to be an exciting time to visit.
Now tell me, when I think of Sweden, I think cold. So I wasn't sure, should I bring my Canada Goose jacket or should I bring shorts and a t-shirt? I mean, September, Sweden, what do you think, Jeff?
I'm from Buffalo, so I'm thinking it's going to be shorts weather.
Yeah, I am the opposite. I'm allergic to all cold, so I will probably be in the coat.
So around these meetings, Jason, I think looking at the year, our listeners can anticipate kind of having a preview episode that'll happen either the week before or 2 weeks before. And then we'll have kind of a best of meeting episode as well. And then awards winner. Are there any other plans around those meetings our listeners can look forward to?
So absolutely. We actually will be coordinating pretty closely with Bob Cho and the social media team also, because we really want to highlight some of the hot topics that will likely be talked about at the SRS meeting. We forgot to mention again that the SRS meeting is going to be happening between September 14th and September 17th. So please, everyone, mark your calendars. You will not want to miss this. It was great meeting up in St. Louis, but I am sure Stockholm has a lot to offer also. We will definitely, though, be highlighting some of the potential hot topics for the upcoming SRS meeting, which I think really kind of leads us into one of kind of our last topics is, yes, we will be doing different podcast episodes surrounding the overall SRS and IMAS meetings, but we also have a lot of other interesting topics that we really hope to explore in 2022. One that I'm really looking forward to in March, actually, is that we have a bunch of amazing female spine surgeons in the SRS. And sometimes, and I would say most times, their stories are somewhat less known, even though they have absolutely changed our field. And so we really wanted to do a series of podcasts highlighting some of the powerhouse female spine surgeons within the SRS. And so that's going to be a really exciting time, especially in the month of March, where we'll be doing a lot of those episodes. So I'm excited for March. What about you, Ryan? What episodes are you looking forward to in the year 2022?
I typically really enjoy the outgoing and incoming presidential talks. Last year with Dr. Yazici, that was a fantastic podcast episode for me. I think it really kind of gives a glimpse to the behind the scenes and thought process of the top leadership of the organization. So I look forward to those. Last year, I think we started to kind of dip a toe into the diversity that is within SRS, not only from it being an international organization, also for the populations that are represented by its members, but also from it being not only an orthopedic surgeon or a neurosurgeon society, but a society that includes everybody that is dealing with spinal deformity or spinal surgery. And so I think we'll continue to see that trend coming through 2022. And I look forward to highlighting that as well.
Awesome. How about you, Jeff? Are there any episodes you're looking forward to in this upcoming year?
I mean, I honestly, getting back to what I said initially, I actually just enjoy the conversing and meeting the new people, the other co-hosts, the incoming officers, or other award winners, and just that conversation we have, because for so many of the meetings and other things are really sort of stuffy, and just this we actually talk about things in a more colloquial way and get to know each other in different levels. So with that said, I want to thank the other hosts who couldn't be joining us tonight.
Yeah, I'd love to thank the other hosts that'll be helping out this year. So Karaman Avalon Genevois, Charla Fisher, Cynthia Nguyen, Masood Shafafi, and of course, John Voorhees as well.
We really this is a team effort. There are so many episodes. I think when we all signed up to be part of the SRS Podcast committee, we didn't realize how active this committee was. We really are recording a lot of episodes, and this could not happen without our amazing co-hosts. So while you just hear me, Ryan, and Jeff on this episode, you guys will definitely be hearing the voices of our other co-hosts. So this is what we're looking forward to in 2022. I will also say, guys, look forward to new music, intro music and outro music for our podcast. And we also know a lot of SRS members actually are musicians. So if you all have any potential pieces that you want highlighted within our podcast, please send them in to Sean's story. We would love to highlight that.
The new music is totally from listening to our listeners and from their feedback as well. So as the year goes on, if any of the listeners have any ideas, any thoughts, any questions, concerns, feel free to reach out to us. You can send an email to info@srs.org. Again, that's info@srs.org. And we will try to incorporate more interesting things. Again, as many perspectives as we can get, the better that we can make this as time goes.
Sure. Fantastic, guys. Another great conversation. I look forward to a year of more great podcasts coming out, and all of our listeners can hear those on SRS website or on Apple or Google Podcast. And new this year, we have it on YouTube as well.
Thank you guys so much. I know you all are super busy. I really appreciate your time. Thank you also, Sean, for making this happen.
I guys have a great night.
Look forward to the next year. Thanks, guys.
The Scoliosis Research Society is a nonprofit professional organization made up of physicians and allied health personnel. Their primary focus is on providing continuing medical education for healthcare professionals and on funding and supporting research in spinal deformities. Please visit srs.org for further information.